Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, the biggest problem facing both Azimio and the Kenya Kwanza is the decision to know who should be sitting in the minority side and who should be sitting on the majority side. Because according to Azimio, they believe that they have numbers in the National Assembly, and for that reason, they should be taking the majority side. But in the Senate, they believe that Kenya Kwanza have their numbers, and therefore they should take the majority side. But this, according to Kenya Kwanza, is different. What they believe is that they have numbers in both National Assembly and the Senate, and because of that, they should be sitting in the majority side. Because what they're saying here is that Azimio was a coalition party, but Kenya Kwanza was a coalition of parties. That was what Kenya Kwanza actually is disputing here. And this issue was taken to the Registrar of Political Parties. And she pronounced herself. She was clear that the person who would determine who should sit in the majority and the minority side is the Speaker of the National Assembly and the Senate. And once he says this, you should be aware that Wetangula is the Speaker now here of the National Assembly, and of course is a principal in Kenya Kwanza. So on far as the decision of who should sit in the majority and the minority side, if Wetangula is given that decision to make, then your guess is as good as mine, because of course he's going to favor his side. So with all of this on table, it leaves Azimio's side with nowhere but to sit on the minority side. And that's why Azimio is taking this issue to the court, so that the court can interpret according to the law. Because we understand before the election, this guy has changed the act concerning the formation of parties and the coalition. You have to put it in your mind. So I want you to listen to Governor Mtula Kilonzo Jr. and Senator Aaron Cheriot shortly, and then after this we will continue with this conversation.
Nobody is comfortable with a coalition political party. They want a presidential contender on a coalition, but everybody wants their individual party. So they have soon realized that there's a fall in that law. That law creates something that we have not contemplated and we had not thought about.
This law was hurriedly put up with a particular end in mind, that it needed to do anything that can be done to make Railaodinga president.
Niliuliza swali hili katika kamati yetu, lakini nikaambiwa wakubwa wamesema hakuna kitu tutabadilisha, hakuna kipengele kitabadilishwa. Nikamwambia basi kama mtabadilisha kipengele chochote, kipengele hiki kitatuletea shida. Na ndio kwa sababu Jubilee hao wenyewe wanasema hawataki kuingia katika chama ambacho kitafanya wavunjilie chama chao. Kwa hivyo watu wa kuisoma hii sheria kuelewa kwamba coalition political party ni chama moja.
Now, lawyers in the building and those who can interpret the law, tell us in the comment section who is the rightful person to take the majority side and who is the rightful person to take the minority side, both in the National Assembly and the Senate. Tell us in the comment section. Now we are continuing with the panel discussion, but just a quick request. You might be watching this channel, but you're not yet subscribed. So my humble request, please consider subscribing so that another time, once we release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers and anyone who drop comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give our video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend our videos to more viewers. Back to our discussion. Now, Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition is a coalition party. That means this party can field a presidential candidate. They also had a chance to field governors, senators, woman rep, member of parliament, and even MCS. If they wanted to do so, they could just do it that way, and it will be constitutionally correct. So instead, Azimio decided only to field a presidential candidate and the running mate on the coalition party ticket. But in the other slots, every party was taking their position. ODM, they filled according to how they thought it is rightful for them. Jubilee Party did the same. Wiper and all those other 26 political parties that were coming together to form this coalition. And comparing this to Kenya Kwanza, of course, Kenya Kwanza is a coalition of parties, but Azimio is coalition party. Therefore, it means for Kenya Kwanza, they cannot field a presidential candidate on the coalition ticket because this is a coalition of parties. For that reason, the presidential candidate, however, who is in Kenya Kwanza, must have come from a political party and the running mate on the same political party. And that explains why William Samoei Ruto came on UDA party ticket, Rigathi Gachagua came also on the UDA party ticket. It also explains what happened in 2017. The NASA coalition was a coalition of parties, and therefore railaodinga had to come on ODM party ticket together with the Kalonzo Musyoka on ODM ticket. But remember, Kalonzo is the party leader of Wiper Party. So that explains the difference between Kenya Kwanza and Azimio. So for Kenya Kwanza, they could not even field any other candidate, be it governor, senator, or even president, the way we have explained, on the party coalition. So having it clear in mind, this is where now William Ruto and his team is coming from. That Azimio was a coalition party, and therefore to determine who has numbers in the National Assembly and the Senate, we have to understand that we have to see how many numbers Azimio as a coalition party got so that they can claim this seat. Basing on that, Azimio has 0 members of parliament and 0 governors, but a presidential candidate with the vote that they got. This is where they are coming from. And that's why they're claiming that they will have their way as the majority because they are a coalition of parties. Azimio is 0. But then Azimio still claim that they have their numbers. And therefore, the only way they can get the law interpreted is through the court. But we understand how the issue of coalition party came to exist. There were 2 things these people were pushing for. Number 1, they were pushing for the issue of sharing of the political party revenue, especially the revenue that come with the presidential votes. Because there is money that they give to the political party on the number of votes that the presidential candidate got, and then there is the money that comes with the number of senators, the one that comes with the number of governors, and the number of members of parliament and the MCS. So there was a problem with the NASA some time back. And to solve this, that's how the issue of coalition party came to exist. So that when the money for the presidential votes comes in, it will be divided by the, when the money comes from the treasury to the political party, Stureh, they will deposit direct to those political parties' accounts. So they were solving this. But now another issue was to deal with the, because as you remember, the people who were changing this political party act, it was mainly those people who were in Azimio. The other issue was to deal with the Musalia, Wetangula, and the Kalonzo Musyoka. Because according to what they were making, they wanted that anyone who wanted to go to a coalition should go 6 months earlier. Though, the people who were against that, they went to the court, and the court interpreted itself, and they were clear that it should be 3 months to election, not 6 months. Remember, coalition, you could form even just 2 months to election, or even a month, make a decision. So they put it 3 months earlier. So this was for Azimio to study and understand where Mudavadi, Wetangula, and Kalonzo were heading to, so that they can manage on how to control the votes. So they quickly formed this change this act in that way. And of course, we understand Kalonzo made himself back to Azimio. Mudavadi and Wetangula moved away, and that has placed us where we are as of now. So, by trying to change the act so that you solve the issue of money and study the party leaders to make a decision, I think it has also placed the Azimio on a very mahali penye pameteleza sana to balance which side they should be. That's where they are now. So we will wait and see on the court when they will make an interpretation who should be on the minority side and who should be on the majority side. But in my own view, going with this, I believe that Azimio missed somewhere. The ruling might not favor them. See you in our next video, but let us meet in the comment section.